Well, Kathryn, welcome back. It doesn't seem like you've been away, but obviously back in interim charge of the ladies. How much have you enjoyed being back?
Yeah, it's been really good actually. Really got the buzz back. The girls have been fantastic. There's a couple of new faces, some new staff as well. But in many respects, it's like I've not been away. So yeah, really positive start.
Yeah, and obviously when you come in during pre-season or late during pre-season, it's that catch-up time, isn't it? And trying to get your ideas across. Have you found that easy to do?
In some respects, yes. Because I was here so long before, that helped massively. And the players, the personnel is very similar. That's definitely helped, but at the same time there's things that I know that we needed to work on from last season, so it's really trying to rush that through and get everyone ready for the start of the league campaign.
And the important thing is, and people might watch this and think, oh, you come in and you're coaching on your own and doing everything, but you've actually got a good team around you as well.
Yeah, fantastic team, experienced, lots of different areas of expertise as well, so yeah, really lucky. We've got Chloe Brown in, who's got a fantastic reputation in women's football and girls football. Lee Waters as well brings experience from his sort of his full-time job as well. And we've got an analyst and a goalkeeping coach. So we've got the setup, we've got the tools for the players, and as I've said to them many times, it's down to them now.
Last season and how it ended, everyone talks about the first team, but it really did end abruptly for the ladies team in the situation that you were in. So speaking to Donna there, can you use that frustration to try and channel it in the right way?
Yeah, I think I've been asked this actually before. Is it going to be back at the back of our minds? And of course it is. I'd be lying if it wasn't. But the main thing is that we use it as a benchmark. We know that we're capable to reach those sort of heights and levels, and it's really all about sort of repeating that and probably going one further. I think teams will have strengthened this season. They'll know what we're about, so the pressure's on. But I quite like that.
Is it good as well that to a certain extent you can look into the eyes of the players and know whether they are chomping at the bit? Because when you've been hurt in the way that you guys were hurt last year, you want to see that determination, that steely determination in their eyes, and I think you can see that in that group. Yeah,
definitely. I don't think that bite's gone. I think it's in fact probably them more so, because they were so disappointed with the decision. I think it's really spurred them on to stick together on the main as a group and, like I say, finish the job off this time. So, you know, there is pressure, there's expectation. People are going to be looking at our results and how we're doing, and we'll put pressure on ourselves. But I'm hoping they're going to thrive off that.
And injuries can happen in pre-season, but I guess as a manager you would expect that more this year, given the fact that obviously when lockdown happened you weren't able to do anything apart from online fitness sessions. So you can kind of weigh up that that's going to happen and affect you at the start of the season.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's going to be the same for everyone. It's been an odd sort of pre-season, and even watching it from afar, you can see that at the professional game, the men's game, and so on. But the main thing is we work hard when we're here. They've got little exercise programs to do outside to keep them, you know, mobile and so on. We need to stick at it and really hit the ground running come Sunday.
Yeah, and obviously you've already played in the Cup, obviously a high-scoring 4-4 draw and then the lottery of penalties. But as a manager, were you pleased with a lot of what you saw in that game?
Oh, it was fantastic. For my first game back, the enthusiasm, the drive, the free-flowing football, all right, the defence, it was shaky at times in terms of, as a unit, we looked tired in spells, and I think that's where we conceded. But it was like watching, I don't know, going forward, it was like watching us from last season, which is exactly what I wanted, that same drive, that same attacking mentality, which is what Posh teams are about, right?
Exactly. But as you said, I mean, teams will have strengthened and people will look at what you achieved last year and weren't rewarded for it and think, well, we need to knock them off their perch. And is it more challenging this year, do you think, because of that reason?
Yeah, my message to the players when I came back was that, you know, forget what we've done last season, acknowledge it, but sort of leave it where it is. We're going to have to fight this season. We're going to have to really dig deep, and probably something we've not had to do to date. So we'll need to see a different side to the players. The technical ability's all there, the application's there, the winning mentality's there. It's whether they're determined enough to sort of dig in those tough games.
And you actually got a good blend of, I don't want to call them experience, because it's very wrong of me to say that they're some of the older and some are young. But the younger players that you've obviously got coming through, and through the system as well, must give you a lot of confidence for the future too.
Yeah, it's fantastic. One or two I think I've actually coached down the pecking order in terms of when they were youngsters with us. So it's nice to see them come through. It shows that the system works. And I mean the quality of these players is phenomenal, and it's exciting to see them grow into what they are already. let alone what they can be in future. But as always, I think it's important to have that blend. Some tried and tested players that I know I can rely on, they can rely on each other, and that can act as those sort of internal role models for the younger players. So yeah, it's a really exciting season for us.
And just finally, in terms of the reserve team, obviously hugely successful during pre-season, and that must give you great confidence as a ladies' first team manager to know that there's players that are not in your squad that are chomping at the bit.
Yeah, it's really a close group this season, and by that I mean in terms of the ability. Some players could easily have been walked into the first team squad, and they're still keen to do so. So that's great because it puts pressure on the first team. And also, again, you look at the ages of the reserve, it's a very young squad, and it's exciting for the future. So we're set up now, Phil, and it really is down to both squads to do the business.